Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Compass Games Town Hall. Greg, I just saw your message. You are not a guest tonight. You are a guest, I think, the same date in a month or two from now. I will pull up the schedule and confirm. Bill and Billy will be joining us shortly, but everyone get in your hashtag town halls. I saw somebody warning you all against doing it ahead of time, but ooh, that banner is funky looking. That's new. And now my face is hidden. Hi again. I will check on that later on. But yeah, I usually turn on the hashtag town hall when I get into the studio and set up. So probably 15 minutes ahead of time if you ever want to just leave your town hall and not worry about it. But I'm seeing you all getting in your entries right now. Hi, Danny. Hi, John. Lots of familiar faces. I see the number jumping up. I was really worried. About a minute beforehand, it was only showing that like 30 people were here. And I was like, what did I forget to do? Yeah, Jeff, every night's going to be a Brittany night from now on. We're not alternating anymore. They changed the whole format of this, and I'm going to have to get a taller chair. Anybody leaving questions? I think I only have 2 from Facebook this time around. I thought Billy was just waving around a stuffed turtle. There we are. Hi, guys. What was that?
What was what?
What did you just wave in front of the camera? It looked like a stuffed turtle.
No, it's not stuffed turtle. Stuffed turtle, that's crazy. So what's happening?
I'm trying to figure out, they did an update, so all the formatting is different on everything.
I don't know why I have to log in now.
I know. Now it's showing a name over your face, which is super unhelpful. Let me see if I can just delete your...
Yeah, I don't know why I have to sign in now.
That's just silly.
Who updated it?
No, like they did. The people who run the StreamYard.
That's good. Look, I'm hidden.
Oh, yeah, let's get Bill.
There we go.
Oh, yeah, great.
Oh, she said GG.
Yeah, how about I said change, I'll log out and log in as C.
Well, now you're CG. I can just change it. Do you want to just be C?
Yeah. I don't want to be anybody, really.
I know. I tried to make it nothing, but it was like you have to have a name on there.
Crazy coops.
Silliness. All right. Anxiously waiting combat Arnhem. Should be. Yeah. Through next week.
Yeah, no, they're all in the mail.
Yeah, they're all in the mail.
So it's just a matter of getting it, the mailman delivering it.
Yeah.
So that's good. What else going on?
Lots of folks talking about Combat 3. It's good stuff. Wow, Mo. You're just coming in guns blazing tonight.
Who is?
Mo.
Yeah, I don't care. What else going on?
No worries, Jared.
Brittany told me this is the last time we'll have a town hall for like 2 months.
Why is everyone coming up with weird things about the dates? I did not say that.
That's what you said in the meeting we had.
No, it's not.
Next Thursday, no, it should be normal because next Thursday she's not in.
Maybe that was the holidays.
But it doesn't matter because next Thursday we won't have it anyways.
Why?
It's every other Thursday, so we should be good for next showing.
Yeah, so 2 weeks from now.
Oh, you said 2 months.
No, 2 months. Why would I say 2 months?
No, December is weird because Thanksgiving and Christmas are both town hall nights.
Sorry I'm late.
That's what you said during the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry I'm late. My pre-order for British Tank Case has yet to arrive. Yes, because it hasn't even been released yet. Okay, so British Tank Case isn't going to be released. We have Trench Raid. Go to the schedule.
I'm going. Greg, you're on August 21st is your date you're on. Greg had posted that he was a guest tonight, and I was like, I don't think that's the case. All right.
Yeah, British Tank Case ain't shipping for a while.
Yeah.
There we go.
A month.
Yeah, see?
So Trench Raid's next.
I thought we added one.
We're going to. I said that this was updated for today, and then I have to remove all the images. But we're adding Battle Hymn 2 at the end here. Once combat gets scooched down to the recent releases. But it just shipped, so it's still up here.
Really?
Yeah. Air and Armor 2 had an issue with the rule books. So we had to reprint everything. So that won't be on until first quarter of 2026. That's Iron Armor 2. How old are you, Mo? Yeah, Mo's like 85. You sure acts.
Iron Armor 3 and 4 are well on the way, too.
Yeah.
Those teams have been busy this week.
What teams?
The Iron Armor team. For BAOR and Seoul. They've been very, very busy this week.
Yeah, so that's good. So what else? Yeah. So that's our new release date thing on the website. Yes. So that really tells people what's coming and what's happening. So,
and the shop by category page is working again. I know a lot of you messaged me about it. The widget wasn't working and the devs never got back to us, so I just swapped out the widget and now it is working again. So you can use that. Jeff, I thought that he said that he died a bunch in his practice runs. He hasn't died in his official campaign, but I thought he said he died a whole bunch early on.
Oh, that's what he wants.
And then do we want to talk Expo while we have the website up?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We've got a bunch of folks already signed up, our early folks, and then tomorrow we'll be sending out an email to our previous attendees to remind you all to get your ticket and start booking your hotel rooms. It's Veterans Day weekend as always, but Veterans Day is on a Tuesday, so it's the weekend before that. We figured most folks would have that day off instead of the following Friday. Thanks, Mike.
And I think Bill's working on the catalog.
Yeah.
What's that? The funny thing that came up.
That's the what comments look like now. It shows the person's picture and everything.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah. So, what else?
What would you like to start with?
Well,
anything in particular?
Nope.
Okay. We had one question on Enthusiasts for tonight asking about any expansion content for Western Front Ace. And since Greg is here, he can talk about any upcoming plans. But I went through, Jared, if you're not in the Facebook group for Western Front Ace yet, that is a great place to start. They have a really cool campaign event they do once a year. I think this year's had something like 70 plus pilots in the campaign. And then 2 folks were tied for most pilots lost at 9. So it's very in-depth, and there are a lot of people do really detailed AARs. And then Greg has new wingman rules posted in that group that are retrofitted from his new World War II game. So you can try those out. And then if you're looking for even more content, go on Board Game Geek, because there are fan-made variants that cover everything from an updated flight school. It's Gentleman's Disagreement instead of the bar fight. And then additional historical aces, aircraft variants. And then there's a 2-seater expansion on there too. And then we should have that back up for pre-order coming up pretty soon. Right, Bill?
What?
Western Front Ace?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Storm of Steel is out of print. But somebody asked about that.
Oh, yep.
So I said, that's out of print.
It's not automatically loading new comments anymore. I have to hit the
mine
comment
is.
button.
Yeah, ours is
Well, mine's just being a button.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
But anything that's out of print, you can access all the materials for those on our new support library page. I don't know did we cover? Yeah, I think we covered that in the last one, so I won't show it to you all again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm not even going to answer Greg Smith's comment because that's just ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So what else? Spree. Spring at 1 chart. What's the process to decide if you need IF standards? Yeah. Yeah. Usually we do 2 charts.
Or we do one on the back of the rule book or something, so you have 2 copies.
Yeah. What's the process to decide?
That makes sense.
Yeah. I don't even know. Usually we do 2. I don't know why that one only had 1. Because usually we do a ton of charts in our games.
We do.
So I don't know why that is, but sometimes things happen.
That would be Lord of the Seas, right? Ancient naval game.
Is that ancient? I don't know if that's ancient.
Yeah, it might be.
It might be.
The cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
sure.
Yeah, who's working on that? I think that's, I don't know where that is.
Paul's working on that one, I think. I think he already finished with it. Which one, Rex? You have so many options at this point. Lots of combat games. I have combat stuff to show tonight. We want to segue into that.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. I don't say anything.
I need to just start screen sharing and then tell you what I'm doing.
Yeah. What is this?
This is Tunisia and Sicily.
Oh, yeah.
I thought folks would be interested in that one. So, Tunisia and Sicily, you can play as either side, Americans or Italians. There are 11 core scenarios that cover the fighting in the namesake Tunisia and Sicily, but they also include full war orders of battle for both sides. So you can mix and match with Eastern Front, and then both Eastern Front and Tunisia and Sicily will interface with Crete when Crete comes out. So you're going to have a lot of mix and match content. We're also including the full novel by combat artist Phoebe Hinkle. And the novel is based on the combat system, based on one of their campaigns that they played through, and it includes 16 bonus scenarios. So all in all, I think it's 27 scenarios. There's a lot of content.
And then I think combat's gone out of World War II, thank God. Because I want to go to combat Vietnam. Oh, what's happening with Combat Pacific?
Matthew was working on the ATV rules for that to send over to the designer. I know that's not where we thought it was, but that is apparently where it is. But we thought that it was getting turned in July, like now. Yeah. And Matthew's working on a system of rules that the other guy had asked for. So we'll get there, but we're still working on adding some stuff. Tunisia and Sicily is going to include some advanced street fighting rules. So flat roofs, sprinting through alleys, using balconies, a little bit more like dynamic with that. And they're also going to have national traits for both sides to better model the fighting traditions, formations, equipment. We've got new terrain and weather rules, and for the first time, rules for competitive head-to-head play. So you can get a friend in on the action and fight against them in the combat system. So I think that's going to be a big draw.
Okay. Yeah, all these combats are standalone games.
Except for Volume 2. Yeah.
We did.
No.
What?
No. After Tunisia, we got Crete, and then Blitzkrieg, I guess. Right?
We might change the name on that, but yes.
When are we going to get... Yeah, I want my Vietnam game, and I want my World War I game. Okay. Will the rules for Chaco or Burma be available for download soon? No. No, says Brittany.
That's the right answer.
That's the right answer.
I just know the answer.
Yeah.
That was Brittany's decision.
Oh, yeah.
Because... Yeah, the problem with having downloaded rules for those games is people are just going to download and play the old game.
Yeah.
So that's not our game, so why would I do that? And I hear, well, I want to look at the rules and look at them online. Well,
I almost said yes.
Yeah. What?
You said yes.
Who said yes?
No, you almost did.
Yeah, so no to that. So no, we don't put them on the... Yeah, Trench Raid is up next. So that's good.
Brett, news on lightning strikes. So we updated the full map and the mini map. So the only thing left is the scenario checks. And Greg is getting a report to me. Greg Warren, not Greg Smith, is getting a report to me next week on how that's going. So we should be wrapping up. We're just on the last scenario checks.
No, the World War I game isn't combat. That's a separate game. That has nothing to do with combat. What else is happening?
Royce, we don't put any games up for pre-order until they're actually heading to the printer. So Sicily and Tunisia is going to still need checks before we do that. Next Kickstarter.
Sea Power in the State. See, because go back to your thing.
I'm going right now. I don't see anything. Okay, there we go.
See, this is... See?
Point to and show them, Jay.
Oh yeah, see pound the state right there. And we see, because that's really what we go off of. So if anybody has questions, they can do that.
Yes, just got the files, I think yesterday or the day before. Yeah, so we'll put that up for pre-order as soon as it actually goes to print.
Yeah, for what?
For Tunisia and Sicily.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, if Phoebe's the one that's really out there, okay, not her father or somebody else on that Phoebe line. Okay, you had emailed a thing with Julian. He's going to get back to you. And that's, no, we don't have the address, and that's not a good idea to do what you want to do. Okay, I'll leave it up to, I'll leave you to that point. I wouldn't do that, what your question was. And so yeah. Okay, let's go on. What did you say about Battle Hymn 2? Well, I thought Battle Hymn 2 is actually going to be in the release schedule right after Yamamoto. See, it's going to be right there. So it's coming on the release schedule.
Well, I'll be in Yamamoto's spot.
Well, yeah, everything gets moved.
Yeah.
So that's good news. So we're excited about Battle Hymn 2. Yeah. Oh, they found some critical errors on Third World War. So I guess Eric's back from his world cruise.
Oh yeah.
So good to have Eric back. Okay, from his around the world cruise that he had, and now he can get back to Third World War, and we could get that wrapped up because he's independently wealthy. He had it from his inheritance. I think he's related to some.
Tycoon.
No, he's related to some English lord. He used to spend his vacations as a kid all over Europe in their castles. So that's what he just told me. I just repeating what he told me. Oh, no, he's not. I guess he's not back yet. Well, good for him. Any update on Rebel Tide this year or next year? No, go to the schedule.
This isn't waiting.
Yeah, see, Rebel Tide, all these games have to come out. So Rebel Tide isn't on the list yet. So we'll be on next year. See, because see how I'm trying to focus them in on this?
I do.
Yes,
but I am amazed how fast, like, people look at this every single day. Because I had something, as I was updating this page in 2 places because I was moving it, and somebody called me out on it on the Facebook group. So you guys are intense. I love it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Okay, what else we got? Miss Brittany?
I have...
You were going to say? You're done. Oh. Yeah,
I saw somebody had asked about Storm of Steel earlier, and I forgot to follow up on that. But the next Storm of Steel game is heading into artwork. So SBD Dauntless is heading into artwork. It covers 3 battles, Coral Sea, Midway, Lake Gulf. It has scout planes / recon search mechanic and a lot more possible events. So there's a little bit more like replayability more to it. So I think people will really be able to get into that. Thank you, Eric.
Cool. I think the page looks really good. Okay. So what else we got?
That's a good point. They wouldn't ask questions if they just go to the schedule.
I know. Well, that's good. I like it.
I've got some stuff on Sandstorm, if we want to look at Sandstorm.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
The world is my oyster.
Until I interrupt.
Exactly. Okay. So
what's this game?
For Sandstorm is a 2-player North Africa game, starting with the Italian invasion of Egypt in September 1940, running through December 1942 when the Axis forces were driven out. Your goal as the commander is to outperform your historical counterpart. So that's in terms of opponent losses and area that you've conquered or taken over. It's a dual card driven system. So it's not just one deck, it's 2. So there's logistics cards that are driving your actions, the things that you're in control of. And then there's also the theater event system, which is things that are happening around you that you have no control over. So they're a lot more variable and they're a lot more swingy. Like, yeah, you can have positive outcomes, negative outcomes. There's checks involved. It's not automatic things. I think those are really dynamic. I'll start showing things. So the prototype map had a ton of information. It had a lot of information. So we split it up and we color blocked it. It was very pretty. It looked like a little tie-dye shirt thing, and where all that information was going. So now we have 2 separate player displays, and they're going to be the mounted sideboards, similar to, I think Desert Tide is the first one that has those. And this would be the 2-player setup of opposite sides, and then we move the turn track and all that information. And the map is a lot more streamlined, a lot thinner, more narrow, similar to what do we have? African Campaign, similar to African Campaign. And then if you're doing solo, they fit right next to each other with the turn track, so there's no extra table space really that needs to be taken up. It just makes the board more modular. And let me see, do I have anything else in there? I do not. So I will leave that up for a sec while I'm talking.
I'll interrupt. Okay. Well, yeah. So I was impressed this week because I actually had, okay, we deal with a lot of third-party artists, okay, and, you know, sometimes mistakes happen, okay, and whatever happens, okay, and, you know, for the first time in 20 years of doing this, or more than that, I guess, I don't even know, for the first time of 20 years, the artist took responsibility for the mistake, which just threw me off the rails because I've never had that. I've always had an artist who will now remember they're professionals. I pay them money, okay, and they you know, and they're supposed to do a product, okay, and yeah. And what happens is I had one artist one time tell me, well, you know, you should have caught that. I go, okay, but aren't you a professional? And don't you own any responsibility? No, because it's not, I expect somebody to look at it after I look at it. Okay, and that's just a ridiculous attitude. So I got to do a shout out. I won't say his name, but he's the first guy who actually understood that he made the mistake, which is fine. Mistakes happen. And he actually said that he would help pay for what it was going to cost to rerun things and to make things right. So I was very impressed with that. So I got to give a shout out. I'll tell you, right, Bill? Yeah, for the first time, I'll tell you, artists are crazy people. And but that was good. So I like that. And yeah, Adam Stockweather, unfortunately, is part of America again. I'm surprised they let him in. What they did.
Oh my gosh.
So that was it. I'm done.
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, no.
I saw somebody had asked about why things are so dark. So this is just the designer's prototype map that I then photoshopped everything off of onto mock-up player aid. So none of this has gone through artwork. So that will not be a giant tar pit in North Africa. Don't worry about that. And then Craig liked the separated reference charts. Thank you, Craig.
See, I'm a fan of dark maps.
Dark, yes. Tar pit, maybe
but I
not.
never get dark maps. I always get light maps.
So some of the cool things about Sandstorm, it's a very dynamic supply system. What? So you're using your convoys to create a supply road along the coast road. And then each turn you're deciding how many of your operations points you're going to put into building that supply road. So it's how much are you going to put into building infrastructure? And are you going to supply all your units or leave some outside of the line? I also like the lead unit in the combat system. So you pick a lead unit anytime you're going to a fight. It determines how effective your troops are, but they also have to be the one that takes the first hit. So there's a lot of press your luck in this one. Same with the reserve system. It's very pressure luck. Risk management is the key of the game because you're going to use victory points if you want to accelerate your reinforcements, get them in faster, and get more units back in. So that's what I like about Sandstorm, and I will stop and let Bill talk.
Oh, no, I don't need to talk.
Oh, we're close to
saying something. I don't know what he's saying to me.
There's a shadow. You don't see it.
Yeah, but I don't care.
No, I can't see it, though. That's a problem.
Oh, know what we had? There's a place right up the street Well, in the next town, Middletown,
Right,
Connecticut.
here we go.
And Carolyn went there as a kid, and they sell Italian ice, and they've been selling it since 1930. And we actually went and
Great. This is Dad's great story.
yeah,
That's
and
it.
Carolyn went and got her watermelon,
That's it.
whatever Italian ice, and so that was it.
Was it good?
Yeah, she liked it.
Did you like it? You had orange.
I had orange. It was good. I had, her family used to go there when she was a kid. I don't remember ever going there as a kid.
Where in Middletown?
It's right off the highway. You could see it as you're
yes,
driving.
I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what
And know why we knew? We saw they had a truck.
Oh, no shit.
And the truck, and we followed it right there. And then my wife goes, like, the lady really cares. My wife goes,
Well, it's a girl too.
Yeah,
it's like a young girl.
The young girl. I don't know why she says this stuff. But she goes, "Oh, I was here when I was a kid." And the lady goes, "Oh, was that in like the 1920s?" What? No, that was
No.
what? But
They
nobody
did not.
wants to hear that.
No, but
That's just, they're saying, look at these old people. Get them out of the store. Oh, Italian ice roll. See? That's why I said what I said.
Why?
Because Italians.
Oh.
Yeah, see, he picked up on it.
Well, I think it just comes to whatever comes to your mind. You just spit out.
Yeah, so that was it. It did. So that was my story.
That's it, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good
All right.
And it was $5.50 for two.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
And here's my wife. I don't think that's what we paid in 1970s.
No,
I would hope not.
Probably a dime.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Okay. So for Golden Glory, we are ready for
What's
playtesters. This is for Golden Glory. I talk a lot more about this one, episode 112, around the 30-minute mark. So if you want to hear a whole bunch about this game, go there. But for now, we are ready for playtesters, and I'm going to post the link to the playtesting forum. Yeah, well, prototype.
Yeah,
I like it.
Dude.
So I picked out some of the scoring cards just for fun things to show you guys that I didn't show last time. This is the indirect war game, so you're not directly against your opponent, but you're simultaneously trying to accomplish your goals. England versus Spain in the 1600s. And then if you want to learn more about For Golden Glory, a lot of commodity management, and it really has everybody else involved in the world at that time represented in the card system. So you're not going to feel like, oh, it's just England and Spain. Like, what about all the other countries that were involved? Like, why isn't this like Here I Stand, Virgin Queen? You're going to feel all those countries in the cards. So if you're interested in that, fill out the playtesting forum, which looks like it only posted to YouTube. But Facebook folks, I'll share it on Facebook. I can see that vibe, but I feel like that's just a lot of the point-to-point maps kind of feel. No, I would not say like Conquistador.
Yeah, Conquistador.
Let me see. Oh, I thought you guys went to go see that ages ago. Didn't you guys go see Gladiator 2 like months ago?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we saw that like years ago. I thought it was good.
Well, that was a recent one we went to. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was Gladiator too.
I forgot about
Oh, so
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
You didn't tell me. I would have waited.
so here's what happened.
It would have been
Okay.
2 months later.
No. Here's what happened. Okay, so yeah, like Bill's birthday is on Sunday, the 13th. My God, 32 years ago. Jesus. But so we were gonna go. Yeah, you make mistakes in your life that just continue on. Okay,
It never ending.
in never ending. That was a never ending mistake.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's-
But yeah. So I try to go to movies, but they only got to be good movies.
Yeah, but
Okay.
but there's a big caveat. It has to be like if the movie releases on like let's say it releases tomorrow, he doesn't want to see it until like 2 months ahead so no one's there, which is fine.
Yeah, we like to go when there's only 5 people in the movie theater
during the week.
So yeah, so I said, why don't we? do you want to go to Jurassic Park, which isn't my style, but I'm willing to do things. And he tells me he comes over.
No, this is a liar. You didn't tell me that.
He
comes over.
You can't find Mono's milkshakes. He doesn't like them.
Which one?
Strawberry.
What are you talking about? She doesn't like Tommy and strawberry?
No, she likes the McDonald's.
So I have to go to two separate places.
Yeah, McDonald's.
One for you.
Yeah, because she doesn't like those strawberry ones.
Well, she drank it, no?
No, she didn't, because she never does.
No, I thought she. Why didn't you tell me that?
I'm telling you now because I just thought of it.
I've gotten it every single time for the last 3 weeks.
No, because she likes those McDonald's on
I know what you're talking about. But
strawberry smoothie.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Strawberry banana.
Strawberry banana smoothie.
Yeah, I understand, but you.
What is the topic of World War II Commander number 3? Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even think there is one planned.
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, Roma Vixa. Yeah, that. Any idea on information for Shattered Swords? Yeah, it's at the printers. And for some reason, the printer, I had to have Julian yell at him because Julian's always too nice. Okay, so I said you got to be aggressive with these people because they're not moving. Ever since the tariffs took place back in April, they have really slowed down. So I said, move it or lose it.
There was some major role reversal today. Julian had to be Bill, and Bill had to be Julian. Dudley had a question on British Tank Ace. Are there shorter campaigns? Yes, there are 7 different ways to play, ranging from single theater to all 3 theaters. Ooh, I like
what
that.
Else? Oh, yeah, Adam. Yeah, we're doing Warriors of Mexico map. You don't have that.
I do, but I thought we were going to get the size of the spaces updated before we did that.
Hey, Chris, is Adam there? Tell him to answer the questions on Combat 3.
We did. I've been answering questions on Combat 3 all day.
Oh, okay. Well, don't answer them, Adam. Let Brittany answer them. Brittany's a lot better than Adam anyways.
No.
Adam never, yeah. No, I guess he's back.
I didn't know that. Did you know this? I didn't know we were doing a American Revolution game.
On implementing the. Oh yeah, no, I talked to him about that.
That's very cool.
Oh no, I know that. I didn't know he was entertaining one about the Spanish Peninsula War, but I'm in. We have War for America. Yeah, we have a lot of War for America. Is being redone. Okay, Warriors of whatever. I don't know.
Politics.
No,
Warriors of Politics?
No, Warriors.
America.
No, it's not for America.
Oh, for I know you're talking
Warriors of.
It's the Patriot.
No.
Liberty.
No, it's not Liberty. Okay, Warriors of America. That's it. Warriors of America is going to come out in the first quarter. Wars for America is different.
I know, I said Warriors.
You did not say Warriors.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's going to come out. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, no, and then End of Empire is going to come out. That took a lot of work. No, Shattered Swords doesn't have facing. No, it's a card-driven game, which ain't my type cup of tea.
Yeah, no.
Who am I? Nobody. How do you change it for future games I pre-order? How do I change it?
There's a previous part of that question. It's I'll be changing my shipping address in early August. How do I change it for other games you pre-ordered?
Well, what he has to do is he has to cancel the pre-orders and redo them. Because what people don't understand is those are actually orders that the system has generated. Okay, so you can't just change things on your website and not change the order because the order's already been made. Think of it that it's already been made, okay, and doesn't get changed just because you update the website. So they did way. And then there was some guy. That's gonna be fun. There was some guy who, what happened was he gave me an address. I don't know who it was. Okay, but he gave me an address, okay, that went into the system, and the system kicked it out because it wasn't a valid address.
He's here.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know. Yeah, okay, well, I'm just saying. Okay, so what happened is, okay, the system will automatically revert to the billing address. I don't know why, but that's what the system did. And that address got delivered. So I don't know who got that game, but that game actually shows online that it was delivered to the billing address. So he comes and he puts online, so I don't know where I'm going. Oh, so then I saw it on Facebook the other day where he posted like a negative post to me on Facebook that nobody's helping him. Okay, and I had emailed him like twice on it. Okay, and he had emailed back that he had drove like 40 minutes to the billing address and it wasn't there. And then I said it was going to, and because I'm a nice guy and because mistakes, I don't really, even though it's not my mistake, because it would have went to the wrong address anyways. Okay, I emailed him and said, verify your mailing address, I think. And then we put it in the mail. So I don't understand what the issue was that he posted a negative comment on the Facebook, but I didn't read it.
I think your emails just got lost in the ether. Yeah, Frederick, PayPal does this thing where if it verifies your address during checkout, and if it doesn't check it, like if it doesn't work, it'll just default to another address from your address book, like one of your ones associated with your account, which it's supposed to show you and have you confirm, but sometimes does not happen.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh yeah.
Chris changed the Shetland ponies for me.
And and there was changing in lettering too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The wording.
That's part of that too.
What if you need to update your credit card? Yeah, what I always tell people is, to update your credit card, you have to really place a new order because it won't let you update your credit card. Okay, because again, it's a physical order that's already been done. But what I tell people is wait until we charge, okay, for the game, and then it will notify you at that point to update your credit card if it failed. So I would just wait I wouldn't update a credit card during downtime. I would wait until we charge, and then it will notify you that the charge didn't go through, and it will give you a link where you can update the credit card then. So that's what I usually tell people. Any news on the Viking game? Yeah, we're boxing it. We're putting it in the box, but I don't think there's no news on that.
No, I'm waiting for Greg to pop in. He usually has comments on that. But yes, putting it in a boxes and making it a box game before I see somebody comment on Facebook. Because last time you said something like that, they're like, oh, I heard this project's getting axed. And I'm like, no, that's not what Bill meant. Like they thought that you said something about Steel Wolves being boxed or something. And they're like, oh, Steel Wolves got canceled? We're like, no.
No, why would, okay.
I don't know. I think maybe you were saying it was getting packed up or something at the factory, and they took that as like, it's.
Hey, I got a compliment.
Up. You did?
Yes, Chris said,
there you go.
You are a nice guy. Wow, thank you, Chris. Oh, didn't some guy wasn't some guy being ridiculous online with this? Susuna-con or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's at the printers. So it finally got to where we needed it to be. And it's just taking longer with China for some reason. I don't know. And then to get it shipped is ridiculous. I'll tell you, things have really slowed down. Here's Greg Smith. I have some player cards for it, but other than that, it will make a very nice, it's close to ready.
That's a Viking game.
For the Viking game.
Yeah. Well, you're going to put the player 8 cards in, correct, Greg? Oh, I hear him say yes. Anyone here going to be that's not for me, so I'm not. Okay. Red Partisans looks great. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I fixed the number 10.
That's from the Warriors of Mexico counters. That was one of the
that was it. Yeah, I don't know what's happening, but I don't know what's happening. We got shipment coming over, and Breakthrough Russia, yes, very good. Breakthrough Russia is at the printers, okay. And in April they told me all these games were done. We had the samples, and they said they were all printed, and I go, well, let's ship them. Oh, they're not printed. So I don't know what's up with that. But that's in the next. That's actually at the printers. Has there been any improvement in the Korean War orders? Yeah. Like I said, those are going to be very limited. And people said, well, are you going to have them out in distribution? And I'll tell you, I can't say definitely yes or no on that. But like I said, these are very limited print runs, and we're going to put them on Kickstarter as well. And this is, again, Fortress Europa. This is Korean War. This is Empire and Alliances. This is End of Empire. All these games are really like deluxe one-time deal that really the reason why I print them all is because I want to do it. Actually. Okay, that has nothing to do with if they're going to sell or not sell. Okay, I just wanted to have, see, there's Korean War. Go up to the other ones. Okay, we got End of Empire. Blitz will be probably a bigger print run. Okay, Fortress Europa is going to be a very small print run. Okay, Korean War will be small. So if people ask, well, should I wait to get it? That's your decision. That's not mine. I can just tell you that if we don't sell out the whole thing prior to, because we're going to do Kickstarters, if we have some to distribution, we'll send it out. But I don't know. I don't know how many are going to be out. Okay, what else we got?
Someone asked a question about any plans for the Roma Victrix page to return to a website. So all of our out of print titles are now off because it makes our website a lot faster to not have all the out of print games in separate product pages. But you can access all the materials for them on the support library page. So that's under resources, support library. And then it's just alphabetical. All of the assets that we've ever had for all these games, they're all available for download still. So Roma Victrix is down there.
Yeah, here's what happened. Okay. I don't see us. Korean War is different, but like somebody asked, are we going to be War for America? Are we going to be? No, we're not doing. We're not going to have update kits. We're not going to because I can't. It doesn't make sense to me to order. Just regular maps. I don't have the interest in it to make it worth our while. Blitz is it's going to have updated map and counters and stuff. It's going to have a revised rule book. So I don't know what you mean by upgraded version. It's not a straight reprint of the first one without a paper map and stuff like that. So the errata's going to be incorporated in everything. So I guess it's a deluxe upgraded version. Yes. But we didn't do well on. I'll tell you, the combat maps I did. Yeah, when we had the second printing, that was a losing proposition. So I'm never going to listen to. Bitter Woods didn't sell well. Okay, it's just not something I'm doing, and I'm just doing it on Korean War. I think why I'm doing it on that one is I don't know.
You love to hear it.
Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, End of Empire. End of Empire was probably one of the best American Revolution games I've ever played. Okay, and the Deluxe. We have a guy that really, Tom, I think, has really devoted. Oh my God, guy's great. He's really devoted a lot of time to. It's going to have like 8-9 scenarios of all the wars that we put in Paper Wars. End of Empire Deluxe is going to be a great one. I'm going to ask about Belter. I think is Belter at the printer?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's at the printer. So that's good. Yay for that.
Soldier, I will check on that after the live stream. I'm not seeing it either, so maybe I didn't save it properly. I will fix that.
Yeah, what we had to do was we couldn't keep all these out of print games, okay, on the website because of space requirements. and it was just easier to get rid of them and free up space, so I don't have to keep buying megabytes of more space.
Yes. Every time I hear about the new edition of End of Empire, I hear about a new thing that's being added. There's so much new content.
Oh, yeah. And remember, you get all the wars that were in Paper Wars. You get, End of Empire had a lot of space that wasn't used, but unfortunately, that's the scale of North America. So I don't see us changing that. Okay, I see us changing the map because I never liked the map. I never liked the
Well, isn't a map having space that's never used more of a player decision than anything? I know I've made some chaotic choices.
No, but my point is, it gives it. Yeah, I don't know.
There's no play games. So how do you know?
Can you post all the historical titles so we can see what I'm at? Can you post a list of? I thought we had that you can go in and see all the games.
I think he's talking about every game like we've ever made. But if you're just talking about historical games, then yes, we do have a tab for that on the website. So if you want to clarify that, Ron, I will give you an answer. Because you can go on Board Game Geek on our publisher page. You can see every title we've ever made, ever. Or you can go to the historical games available page on the website to get all of our historical games.
Yeah, no, there'll be, and I'll say this many times over the next 5 months when these things come out, there'll be no update kits on these games because it's not cost effective. And now with the tariffs and 30% tariffs, it just makes it less, and I can't order enough to make it worth my while. So no update kit. Sorry, Charlie.
Sorry, Charlie.
Sorry, Charlie. That was a fish. It was tuna.
That was your dog.
No, it's tuna.
That was your dog.
It was tuna.
You had a dog.
I had a dog named Charlie too, but that's not why I said that.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Desert Tide update. I think Brittany's still working on that.
No, that one's done.
I guess not.
At the printers.
I guess not. Yeah, it was tuna.
I don't understand that.
You had a dog named Tuna?
No.
I had a dog named
Oh.
Charlie.
No.
But I don't understand the tuna thing.
Okay, it was tuna fish.
Yeah.
And what the advertisement was that the fish was named Charlie.
Why would the fish be named Charlie?
Because it was an advertisement.
Yeah, but I don't understand that. I don't understand the correlation between the
Why
two.
is Tony the Tiger?
Yeah, why is Tony the Tiger a
At
good
least
one?
that rhymes. Tony the Tiger.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's fair.
He was a fish. I think he had glasses. Maybe.
Yeah,
I never even heard of it.
I think he did.
Brittany did, because Brittany lives
Yeah.
in that.
Because I'm old.
Yeah, Brittany lives in that era. Oh, Starkiss. That was it. Starkiss Tuna. Yeah, his name was Charlie the Tuna.
That's terrible. That is the worst thing I've ever heard. That's bad. At least Tony the Tiger flies through a little bit, right?
He doesn't fly.
Tony the Tiger, TTT. At least this is what? Charlie the Tuna fish? That's terrible.
It was good back in the day. We can still remember it. 40 years later.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, Charlie. That's what they used to say.
I like Charlie, but Tuna.
Yeah, well, Jesus. This is what I get. In meetings, I get this all the time.
Well, you say outlandish stuff. That's the problem.
What else we got? So things are looking good. What else you got, Brittany?
I think people already talked about Zilblitz British Tank Ace series, but if you haven't been checking that out, guys, it is really good. He got that copy of the game and turned it around right away, went into that first look, and then dove into the campaign. And all the comments have been so fantastic. So it's great content, and we love working with him. So go check out Zilblitz.
I think the day he got it, he turned.
What's his name? Do we know?
Mike?
Mike Smart.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, did we give him the... Oh, yeah, okay.
He did a series on Raiders of the Deep, but they still...
No, yeah, that still sells. I don't know.
Yeah.
That game has a lot of legs.
Yeah, it's people like him.
You like that, Bill?
Yeah. Legs. Yeah,
That's one of those ones that took on its own life on Board Game Geek. So, like, the designer has more expansions on there. Like, users have more expansions on there. I play the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea expansion with Raiders of the Deep all the time. That is my favorite thing.
She is freaky, I'll tell you that much.
That's why you hired me.
Raiders of the it's
I didn't know where expansions.
Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Is that what you play?
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
25.
Funny.
Yeah, that was. Do you know who wrote that, Bill?
What?
No, you don't.
You?
Yeah, Jules Verne.
Yeah, I'm gonna know that again. It's getting my time era.
Just a reminder, since we're heading towards that time of night, get in your hashtag town halls for your chance to win a free game. Right now, there's about 50 of you who don't want a free game. So you're boosting up the chances for everybody else, but I'm pretty sure some of you want a free game. What is the free game tonight?
The marker?
Combat?
I guess we're going to do combat. Oh, geez, somebody good.
It wouldn't be 110. It would be.
No, we already did 110.
The market garden.
We already did Market Garden.
Oh, there you go. There's your
Yeah,
answer.
combat. But once I get to I lost it now because people interrupt
Yeah,
me.
can you guys talk to me?
Panzer Ace is going to do well.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like how all the comments I've been seeing are, British Tank Ace has so much more content. Like, I can't imagine what's coming next. I'm like, you do have no idea if you think this is a lot of content. Wait till
A
you
lot
see
different than
Panzer Ace.
American Tank Ace, I'll tell you that much. American Tank Ace looks like
Baby.
a baby compared to that one. So, yeah, I guess Combat 3.
Yeah. Any other questions, folks? Get in your last minute questions. We still got a couple minutes. Why, thank you, Larry. We try.
We try. We're crazy. Talk about nothing.
Yeah.
This is true.
Oh, you ought to see. I have to put up with these two and Julian at the meeting. What a Jesus Christmas.
What's really bad is they're all in the same room, and then Bill sits off to the side, so he'll just start mumbling, and I can't hear anything he's saying, and then they start laughing. I missed out on like 25% of the good Bill comments.
Does the Viking game have a name? Yeah, Viking.
I don't think they're good.
Viking Dawn?
What?
Isn't it Viking Dawn?
Viking Dawn.
I think so.
American didn't have many tanks. Will there be a French tank ace? No. Japanese,
I
I
can
think
tell you guys what's
he's
next
working
with
on
that.
something with the Japanese. British tank ace would start with a. Oh yeah. Well. Oh yeah. So
We covered
yeah.
that in our designer interview with Greg on next steps for the Tank Ace series.
yeah, that's Panzer.
Yep.
I don't think we have that up on
Done.
pre-order.
I don't think so either. But then Soviet Tank Ace, mostly done on Greg's end, and then Israeli Tank Ace.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No, I think the big seller is going to be Panzer. Watch it probably stink. But no, go to the thing that we had to fix today.
No.
I agree with that.
Oh no?
No.
Oh yeah, we're not doing that. Well, they didn't get it anyways. Makes it stickers.
Well, I also don't have that image because remember I had the correct one.
Yeah, Proud Monster. We did change the name.
Yes.
Show them the picture of Proud Monster.
It's Red Tiger.
I don't know if I have that one.
Oh yeah, it's called War in Russia. Of course, I've been thinking War in the East is better.
Isn't that already a game?
Not War in the East, 1941 to 1944. Proud Monster.
Got it.
Fair enough.
I actually thought of that today. I thought of it. Why not do War in the East? 41 to 44, Proud Monster. Deluxe, or whatever we put. Galaxy Force is one of those games that the printer, I haven't gotten my sample yet. What's up with that?
Yeah, you have. I have a sample of that, so I hope you have a sample of that.
You do not have a sample of that.
I absolutely do.
I'm telling you, you don't.
Show it to us.
She has the map.
I don't have the box, yeah, but I have
You
everything
don't
else.
have any. You have a map encounters. That was when we were doing that deal. But no, I haven't gotten a full sample.
Yeah, I don't have a box, but I have everything else.
Yeah, that's why I said War in the East is already in. Yeah. No, but War in the East is just War in the East. It's not. Ours would be War in the East 1941 to 1944, so it's a different title.
There's a Proud Monster.
Well, Prime Monster is the tagline
Okay.
down below, but it's still. I'll go and look. War in the East on SPI says that War in the East. So we're changing the name, but I don't know. British Tank Age World War I on. Yeah, okay, that's a good one. So, so I think, was he out? Yeah. So I think we're in pretty good shape. So next one that will be shipping will be Trench Raid, which that's a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then that probably ship what, end of the month, Bill?
Yeah, probably end of the month.
And then in August will be British Tank Ace.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's good. So we got a lot of good stuff coming.
It's Christmas in July.
Christmas in August.
No, it's still July.
Yeah, Combat 3 sold well. We're happy with that. What other sold well? Market Garden's doing well. Spring Prelude did well. Oh, yeah, the funny thing is, not as funny.
It's funny.
Burma is selling way beyond my expectations, right? I wouldn't think we sold that many. We're still good. Chaco is way below. So I
Chaco's
give
probably where it should be.
Yeah, Chaco's like a D-, and Burma's like a B+.
I don't think people understand that. I know it's a lesser known conflict, but if people understood like the amount of the optional rule set in the Grand Chaco rule set, they would be clamoring for it. I like the Chaco, all the optional rules that like all the technology that could possibly have been like it's a wide open workshop for what could possibly have happened.
You know, I got to tell them this story, Bill.
Yeah,
oh boy!
You want to tell them the combat story?
Which one?
Okay. Okay. Now this is how crazy people are. Okay, and this is how. Yeah. Right. Combat 1 was released.
Oh yeah.
This
is insane.
Combat 1 was released in 2018 or 19. Yeah. 6 years ago.
Yeah.
6 years ago.
This is insane.
And a guy post, well,
recently,
like a week, like 2 days ago. Okay, I said, you're an idiot. I felt like saying to him. Okay, the guy post, well, Combat 1, the counters were wrong. Okay, for one, we stopped shipping.
Yeah.
When we found out, no distributors got them, and we gave people replacement counters within give me the medevac. I need it. Okay? We replaced it within, as soon as we got it from the printers. A guy spewing this garbage 6 years later. And I felt like saying to the guy, don't you have a life that you remember this 6 years ago? I don't see anybody, it's such ridiculous. And we fixed it. We sent all the pre-order people who got shipped the new counters, and it's just people are nuts. Yeah. I'll tell you that. That's why I don't listen to this. Right?
I agree.
New to Wargaming, love Compass Games. Oh, he looks like a baseball player.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore after reading us. But yeah, people are crazy. 6 years ago, you remember that? Oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah.
It was 6, though.
Yeah, nobody ever says that, oh, yeah, they sent out replacement counters right away. Well, people are crazy. I hate it. I love people.
All right, so there are about 40 of you.
Oh, yeah, that's Rusty Stop. That looked like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that did look like him.
He coughed on it.
I think Rusty Stop died.
Probably.
Hang his water.
Yeah, I heard. Anyway, yeah.
All right. So tonight we are giving away Combat Volume 3, Arnhem. Getting your hashtag town halls. You have about 5 seconds.
Who's going to win?
Somebody in.
I like that you leave it in the fridge.
Oh, yeah, leave it in the fridge house. All right. Oh, that, yeah. Oh, yeah, feel that.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Congratulations, Paul. Just send us an email, sales@compassgames.com, with this episode number and your mailing address, and we will get your game sent out to you. Anything else, Bill? Are you ready to sign off?
No, know what I do? Tin cups are great for. You ever drink water or stuff out of a tin cup?
I have my metal Yeti.
No, a tin. Well, it could be
not tin.
A tin
I
cup
don't think it's tin.
makes it a lot colder.
Yeah, metal does. Yeah.
So that's it.
All right. Good night, all. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. Bye.
It's fun. Okay, bye.